What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, guys, we are reviewing Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Before I get into the synopsis and all that, some of you may be confused on how this movie even exists. Because I'm probably thinking like, oh, doesn't Disney own Winnie the Pooh and blah, blah, blah. How are they making a horror movie out of it? For those of you that do not know, Winnie the Pooh, I think it was like a year or two ago. I don't remember how long ago it was, but Winnie the Pooh went into the public domain. And that means anyone can make their own version of Winnie the Pooh. A lot of properties have been under the public domain for years, especially Disney. So that's been made into Disney movies, stuff like Peter Pan, Pinocchio, stuff like that. That's all in the public domain. And that's just why this movie was able to be made. And I am all for a movie like this. I like the idea of taking something that isn't horror and making it horror. That's the reason why I was kind of interested in the Banana Splits movie. That's the reason why just a whole bunch of movies that aren't horror being made into a horror concept. I like that idea. When it's done right. Here, but let's go ahead and get to the synopsis about this movie first. So here's the synopsis. Here we go. The days of adventures and merriment have come to an end. As Christopher Robin, now a young man, has left Winnie the Pooh and Piglet to fend for themselves. As time passes, feeling angry and abandoned, the two become feral after getting a taste of blood. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet set off to find a new source of food. It's not long before their bloody rampage began. Now, with that being said, I had no high expectations for a movie like this. It did not have a very big budget. It did not have a very there's a lot of problems with the movie, and frankly, let's get to the positives first. There are some alright, decent kills. Winnie the Pooh's design is great and actually is kind of creepy. Even though it is clearly, obviously, it's just some dude in a mask. But with that being said, though, that's basically where my positives stop. I don't really have any other positives, because the movie starts off with some really good potential, with seeing Christopher Robin and everything, and some surprisingly good cinematography shots. Like, there's some really good cinematography in this, surprisingly, in some places. But we're introduced to the Christopher Robin stuff is only like the first bit of the movie, and then we get introduced to our main characters, which are so uninteresting and so don't really care, and it's stuff gets taken so seriously in this movie, and I don't think a movie like this should be taken that seriously. I think back to the Banana Splits movie, which is a similar thing, taking a kid's property and turning it into horror. That is not taken that seriously. This is taken too seriously. And it's really, I don't know. And when you feel like you're gonna get some creative kills, it's that brought down with CGI blood and just not stellar kills and uninteresting characters. And obviously, in a slasher, you don't need your characters to be great, obviously. But when it came to this movie, just like, I don't care about any of these people. I just want to see Winnie the Pooh kill some people. That's legit what this movie is for. This is why it was made, and it's just not good. It has a lot going against it. Like there's some bad acting. Almost pretty much everyone in this movie is not that. There's not their. I don't know if it's their line deliveries or what, but all the dialogue in this movie just sounds so weak. Like all the dialogue in this movie is just weak. It's such a weak film. Um the dialogue, like I said, the dialogue in this movie is just like, I don't even know, man. The dialogue in this movie is just bad. And a lot of the acting is bad. And there's shots in the movie where it's like really dark as well, where you can't really see what's going on. Like I feel like I need to turn the contrast up. I'm like, I can't see what's going on because it's so dark. And that's something. It's kind of hard when I'm supposed to be enjoying your movie, but I can't because it's dark. Like I cannot even see what's going on because of this darkness that this movie has about it, and it's hard to watch with how dark it is at some points. And there's times where the movie does get boring, and I also feel like I do say, if this concept does interest you, like it did me, I'd say give it at least one watch. I don't think this is a good movie, though. Not because of the Winnie the Pooh thing. I think that's an interesting idea, but the execution is not done well. And here's the thing, we're already getting a sequel by these people. We're supposed to be getting a Bambi horror movie by these people, and a Peter Pan horror movie by these people that are all gonna be in this same connected universe, which is insane, and I'm really interested to see where that's gonna go. But this is just one of those stories that just didn't go well. Like I'm really just there's like some stuff that shows up in the movie. I'm like, okay, why is this here? Like, okay, who are you? And it's just weird. Now, there is some nice practical effects in this, but for those part, like there's CGI blood that doesn't look very good. There's kills that aren't super satisfying, and it's just there's just tons of things going against this movie, and it's just not pulled off well in my opinion. I do hope with a sequel, because this movie's already probably gonna make a decent amount of money. With a sequel in the works already, I'm hoping they'll get a better budget. They'll get maybe some better writers, maybe some better actors, because and there's also some weird editing stuff. Oh, I didn't even mention the sound design. Like, and a lot of the freaking audio in this is like really weird and like not mixed well. I can't really, like, there'll be times like the music is too loud and like I'm supposed to be hearing this character freaking out, but I can barely hear it over the music, or it's just like it's not layered well together. It's really weird the way this movie does what it does, and I don't really understand how it got to that point, because I believe this movie had a sooner release date than it did, but I think it got pushed back. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. That might not be, I don't know. But there was so much potential for something. Regardless, I did not have any high expectations than I thought it was gonna be. I was hoping for dumb fun, is what I was hoping with, kind of like what I got with Megan earlier this year. But no, didn't get that. I laughed at this at some points because of it wasn't like oh my gosh, that's so dumb. It's been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm watching this. It's like, it's one of those movies where I'm just like, why am I sitting through this still? Why is this a movie that I'm like, why does this suck as much as it does? because it doesn't feel satisfying. You don't. It's just you don't get any satisfying conclusion to anything. The kills aren't satisfying. They just characters aren't enjoyable to watch. There is one kill in the movie I did like a lot. I haven't even talked about Piglet yet. I don't even know. Like Piglet, like it's in the movie, but like I don't like his design that much because like it just looks like a generic hog or a pig. At least when you look at you can kind of see like I see what you're going for here. But I do think people should check this out. If this interests you, check it out. Give it like one viewing, but I don't think you're gonna like it. I didn't really like it. Critics give this movie a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences give it a 59. So it's not really being liked on either side. Me personally, I don't even know, man. I feel like a 2 is too high. I really do feel like a 2 is too high. Because there was potential for a enjoyable film here. But I got to give it a 1.5. I don't throw that out very. At least it's not boring. It's not boring. It does have boring parts, but I can't say the movie overall is boring. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't know. I'll give it a. Don't want to give it a 2 because I feel like that's 2. So I'm gonna. I'm at a. I didn't like this movie. I give the movies ratings for different reasons. Obviously, like I wouldn't put this on the same level as like Jeepers Creepers Reborn. How boring that movie was, and I didn't like. I wouldn't put it on, but I gotta give it a 1 out of 5. 1.5 out of 5. Sorry, 1.5 out of 5. I don't know what else to give it. There's nothing else to give this movie. I don't think it deserves any higher, but I don't want to go lower because there is some bit of something there. But this movie overall has been one of those experiences where I'm like, I don't know. I no idea what to think this movie. I don't know exactly what to think. I don't. Let's just hope with a sequel we get better stuff. Have you guys seen Blood and Honey? What did you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.